Jai Hind everyone. So you all are welcome in Cadet Coffee Times with A.N.O. Preeti Swami. जी हाँ दोस्तों, हम जानते हैं कि आप हमें सुनते हैं और देखते हैं और ये जानना चाहते हैं कि कैडेट क्या है, कैडेट प्रोग्राम क्या है। कि कई बार हमारे स्टूडेंट्स ने हमसे पूछा कि वंस अ कैडेट इज ऑलवेज अ कैडेट, इसको कैसे हम जी सकते हैं। तो दिस इज टू ऑल द लिसनर्स एंड व्यूअर्स कि ये जो हमारा कैडेट प्रोग्राम है, जिसमें हम अपनी कैडेट की सीरीज स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, इसमें हम थोड़ी सी बात को और गहराई से समझेंगे। Once always see once a cadet, always a cadet. So you can see the three resource persons are here and they all are cadet. और इन्होंने अपनी जर्नी आपकी की तरह एज ए कैडेट दी है। और आज सबसे पहले हम उनसे छोटी छोटी बातें पूछेंगे कि when they were the cadet, how was their journey? Now to till date, what they are doing? Take you to the next step. At what is right now the program which is called as a cadet program and how they are associated with this. तो ये सारी बातें हमने आपको इसलिए पहले बता दी ताकि आप हमारे साथ बने रहें और हमें सुनते रहें और देखते रहें। So first of all, I want to ask you, Ajay, so you have done your, like you can say your SD or SW cadet program as a cadet.
Yeah, I think I was fortunate. When I was in school, I was the JD in Naval Wing.
Okay.
I went on to be in the SD. I was in the Air Wing. We're fortunate to go for the Republic Day Parade and the Youth Exchange Program to the UK. So, yeah, the NCC has given me a lot, and I'm very, very grateful.
Okay. And one more thing, right now what you're doing, Ajay?
Based in Bangalore, I run a technology services company where we focus on technology solutions for social impact and try to get deserving talent from tier 3, tier 4 towns and cities into mainstream IT.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So you can see, cadets, that if you are a cadet, it doesn't mean that you have to only join the armed forces. You can do so many things, or you can actually live to your dreams. So we are here with that concept that once a cadet is always a cadet, and a cadet shines everywhere. So we are now meeting our next cadet, Leena. Yes, Leena, tell me something about your
Hello,
journey.
hi.
Leena, yeah.
Um, my journey. So I was a cadet from 2014 to 2017. I
Okay.
joined the cadet program in 2019, and
Okay.
currently I work at Infosys as a test engineer, and I'm from MES.
Okay, great, Leena. Thank you so much. And we have one more resource person, Himani. Hello, Himani.
Hi everyone.
So, Himani, tell us about your journey as a cadet and what you're doing present.
Yeah. So मैं एनसीसी में 2011 से 2013 तक थी।
Okay.
मैं एसडी थी।
Okay.
तो बहुत बढ़िया साल मैंने एनसीसी के साथ गुजारे हैं, जहाँ पे मुझे मौका मिला कि मैं राइफल ड्रिल करूँ, नेशनल गेम्स में पार्टिसिपेट करूँ। So beautiful years of my life. I am a
Okay.
psychologist by profession and I run a small consultancy firm in the sector of mental well-being.
Wow, that's great. So, this is for all our cadets or the students who are actually listening and watching our series. So, you can see that it's not necessary that you have to fulfill the dreams if you are in a cadet to be armed forces only. See, they all are working from different areas and in different places, but something is connecting them. There is a one thing which I can see there. You all can also see the program name is the cadet program. Actually, I wanted to know what is this cadet program. I can see the logo. I can see one EXPA is also there. So, any one of you? Yeah, Achaya?
The ladies, you want to go or shall I? Okay, I'll go. Many years ago,
Yeah.
in the 80s, early 80s, there was a group that came together who were all EXPA, Exchange Participants Association.
Okay.
Cadets who were fortunate enough to have gone for different YEP programs across the world. So they
Okay.
came together and they said, what can we do in terms of enabling support back to the NCC? The NCC has given us a lot. We're extremely grateful and fortunate. What can we give back? So that's when the Exchange Participants Association was formed. And there were multiple voluntary and support programs that were run.
Okay.
Fast forward a few years, the thought came, what can we do consistently in terms of giving back to the NCC? And that time, the ex-DG and, ADG NCC here at Karnataka and Goa, Commodore Rajiv had said, hey, can you do something where there are cadets coming from different parts of the country.
Yes.
Not necessarily everyone comes from the urban landscape. Can you help them with some soft skills, some awareness that will help them in their careers ahead? That was the genesis of the CADET program. The CADET program is an acronym for Comprehensive All-Round Development and Employability Training. The whole construct of the CADET program is a 2-day experiential learning training, which is based on the construct of communication, critical thinking, gender sensitivity, and really to see how do we bring about aspects like ethics, like entrepreneurial mindset and other aspects into this program where you spend 2 days with the NCC cadets in NCC camps. And we have a 1:30 or 1:40 kind of a ratio where our trainers, if there is a 300-member training camp, or a 400-member training camp, there'll be 10 of us who go for this program.
So you
and
mean
10
to say
of us in separate
there are
groups do it.
400 cadets, and then to manage those 400 cadets, you have a team of 10 people, 10 ex-cadets.
Yeah, we don't believe that training should be one is too many, right? We believe that should be
that's good.
A close contact, a nice, more intimate group. And we, like I said, we've been fortunate that the NCC has been very supportive. We have, in the last close to 6 years, we have trained over 45,000 cadets, in fact, 55,000. And then this year alone, we have trained over close to 20,000 cadets. We are all voluntary trainers. We're all ex-NCC alumni trainers. And this is our way of slowly giving back what we can. So, yeah, so 6 years, 55,000 cadets, 20,000 cadets this year, across 75 plus camps, 130 of us. So, yeah, we're very, very fortunate across all age groups. Yeah.
Okay. Leena, I just wanted to ask you that this is a program which Ajay has informed. Who has designed this program? Who all are the people behind the scene?
That's a great question. So if you're talking about the modules, it was designed by the psychologist from Bangalore University. And yes. And like Achaya said, that it came from, an NCC officer. So they also asked us to, inculcate a few of the modules accordingly. And if you could see that 2/3 of our modules directly, indirectly relate to the SSB as well.
Okay. So you mean to say that when you are going for a 2 days training, when you are going there to train them, so basically you are covering some portion of SSB training, which actually is needed.
Indeed, yes. If you ask me personally, because I have been trained as a cadet by the cadet program. So if you ask my personal opinion, I think the 100% module helped me in my SSB, because back then I was a cadet. I went through the cadet program and then I had my SSB. So
wow, that sounds good. So now personally, I just wanted to know, since you have raised that question, that which particular module you can say, or you can give the gist, that particular thing was related to like SSB, which has helped you.
On top of my head, I think public speaking. Back then, I was 16, 17 when I went through the cadet program training. And I really saw all of these trainers being so nice in what they speak, how they conduct themselves. And, that was also a time when I had to come in front of all my other cadets and speak. I would say I was very scared as a cadet, but that 2-3 minutes really made me feel good about myself, and I continued doing it throughout. So that really helped me in my SSB. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Leena. Now over to you, Himani. I just wanted to ask you, Himani, that since you all are from different backgrounds, and since Achaya has told us that it's a 2 days program, so what actually, as a trainers, since you are in that category of trainers, what actually you have to do some homework sort before going there for the camp, or it's like, okay, I know everything, we can go ahead, like that?
Yeah. So can I go a little behind towards the training that
sure.
you go through? Okay, perfect. So basically, as a trainer, you're supposed to go from a 2-day training program, which is called Cadet Training Program. through which we learn the modules as the cadets learn the modules. We wear two hats. We wear one hat as the cadet hat where we are learning the module, and the second one is the facilitator's hat where we are learning how can we facilitate the module better. Now, once we go through these 2-day program, then there is an examination which we give where we understand, where the team understands whether we have understood the content really well. And then the second one is basically a video that we prepare where we are facilitating the module that is there. So that particular recording is being sent to a group of expertise, a group of psychologists, to see whether we are effective as trainers. And then through this process, some of the trainers get selected. Then once we get selected, we enroll for the camps for the dates that are available, because all of us, as Achaya mentioned, we volunteer. So whichever weekend is free for us, in a year we are supposed to do, mandatory is the 3 camps. So we enroll for it. Once we do that, there are 2 mandatory calls for all the trainers. That is 2 pre-briefing calls where we go through the modules again. We actually demonstrate the modules in front of each other, understand the nuances of it, brush if we have missed out on something. So yes, like at least 2 weeks before the camp, these calls happen where we go through all these modules. And on the 0 day when we meet at the camp, we again go through these modules together, just to ensure that we're not missing out on anything that we want to deliver to the cadets that are there.
But before that, now the question arises in my mind, because I think whosoever is listening must be like there must be a curiosity that who can be a cadet program, as who can join the program.
As you started the program with once a cadet, always a cadet. So those who've been part of NCC, they can enroll for the cadet program. We do have our new cadet program coming up. So visit our page just to understand the better of who can join in, how they can join in. They have to be above 23 years of age and they should complete their B or C certificate in NCC. And they're welcome to join us.
So now coming back to you, Ajay, I just wanted to know that when you go there for the camps, and suppose you got an allotment of 40 cadets with you, so do you behave like a teacher, or do you behave like a preacher, or something else you do? What is different? Because I'm a teacher. What is that thing which actually told the audience that I want to be in this program? What is that thing which is missing in us and there is present?
I don't know if it's about the missing, but I think it's about the awareness that we are also taught, right? We very clearly go through the CTOP program that Himani said, and it's reiterated and reinforced into us that, hey, you're going there to be a facilitator. The key really there is to see how can we talk for less than 30% of the time, but invoke an awareness and the thought process where the cadets are involved, discussing, bringing in their thoughts. So, there is a mantra that we have said, you're not a teacher, you're not a preacher when you're going here, right? You're going there as a facilitator. So it caught me for a moment, it caught me by surprise when you said preacher, teacher. I said, hey, Kriti knows what we do.
Because this type of a tagline we oftenly get, na? So because we are used to it, once we start speaking, we forget about everything. So I think
that also, the other thing is, if you see on the screen, right, the age groups are very different. So when we go as a cadet team, we have a diverse set of age groups. We make sure that over 60% are the younger group, right? Because that's when the connect is larger. We also make sure that any of us older foggies are going, reiterate again, it's not about your experience or your gyan, right? It's about going and facilitate the program. There is a framework in which we deliver. And that's where the learning happens. And I'll be very, very upfront with you. Every camp that we've gone to, and I think each of us on this call have gone to over 25, 30 camps. Every camp, we come back learning something new. So it's not, it is definitely not unidirectional. हम वहाँ पे जाते हैं जहाँ जब भी meet करते हैं हम कैडेट से बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, बहुत कुछ experiential learning जो होता है, experiential learning दोनों तरफ से होती है. And I think And that, if I can use the word, that makes it addictive for us to want to go back and be participating in such programs. So
Yes.
I think that's वो एक हिस्सा है जो खास है इस ट्रेनिंग में.
लीना, इसी से रिलेटेड जो अजय ने बोला, मेरे को एक बात याद आती है कि जब आपने कहा कि there are different age group people and suppose some elder one is in the group and by chance you are the leader of that particular unit, so how do you handle them? So you call them ma'am, sir, or they start giving the gyan and you have to just tell them, ma'am, please stick to this. So I want to know the thing. So is it ma'am, sir technology or something different terminology is there?
For me, there was ma'am sir initially. Because from the background I come from, anyone who's 1 year elder to you becomes Didi, Bhaiya or ma'am or sir, right? So for me, initially that was there. But it's just how comfortable my co-trainers, they make you feel. I call Achaya right now. Right? But there was a time when I used to call him Achaya sir, and he has a very clever way of moving that sir from his name. But currently very comfortable to call them by their name because they make us feel comfortable, all our co-trainers. And talking about the age group and the age difference, I've never felt uncomfortable telling someone that maybe this should be done that way, maybe that should be done this way. What do you think? Because as trainers, I think we are very receptive about feedback and critical feedback. So never faced it as a challenge.
I think Leena, you should also add about, or Himani, you should also add about how we choose our team leads.
Please, Himani, go ahead. We want to hear that.
So our team leads are not chosen based on the age that is there, but on the experience as a trainer in the camp that we have. So the seniority comes with how many number of camps that we have done.
That's
and
good.
Based on that, then the team lead is chosen. And of course, there are aspects like how the trainer is able to get the team together and have the whole of the team together in order to go ahead. Our chief training officer ensures that there are team leads who are chosen based on to the team and the camp that is there.
Okay. Now over to you again, Leena. I just wanted to ask you that what type of activities are there in this cadet program? How a cadet, like when we also go for camps, we have conducted so many ATCs and EBSB camps. We regularly go as an ANO and take the responsibility. There is a proper schedule we have to follow. But in your cadet program, what is something different? How that thing you want to add up that yes, we want this program to be there in every camp. So what is that thing which is there different in cadet program?
Yes, Preeti, we do also have a schedule. We also follow, we also follow a schedule. But I think, like Achaya mentioned, the fact that it's not unidirectional, the fact that it's not we speaking and someone listening, it's very experiential. It's very activity based. The cadets also contribute to it, so they're eager to contribute, and I think that's how you can get them all together.
Okay, that's good. Ajay, I just wanted to know that since it is a program, so how funding portion that who take care of all those things, because it's a huge program and you have so many trainers. So how do you go about? I wanted to know about that.
So the EXPA is a not-for-profit registered society, and it has the ATG certificate and stuff like that. So it is completely run by funding from CSR funds, from high net worth individuals, from groups who believe in what we're giving back to the NCC. Very clearly, as part of the program, no trainer is expected to pay for the expenses of traveling across India.
Wow.
And none of the trainers are paid, right? All the trainers are voluntary trainers. So we all are voluntary trainers. But the organization EXPA ensures that the travel costs are covered. The NCC hosts us for the 2 days that we are there at the camp. So but we take care of the travel till the camp.
Okay.
NCC picks us up from the closest station airport, hosts us very graciously for 2 days.
Hmm.
But coming back to your question, it's completely based on funds that are raised for this program.
Hmm.
And every year, the budgets have become larger because you're training that many more cadets. You're going for that many more camps. The activities that are there, such as the ability to want to, retrain. All of us go through refresher programs. All of us have to stay relevant. There are, CCCs, that is basically conferences where we come back together to see what are the best practices. How do we learn? All of this costs money, right? Because the
Wow, that's
quality and the bar that you set for the training to keep being upped. Otherwise,
okay.
there's no fun in the game, right?
Okay.
And the NCC keeps giving us critical feedback, and yeah, so that's how we work.
Okay. Himani, can you please inform the audience that these programs are conducted in which part of country in India, in which areas
Across
actually?
India.
Yeah.
Across India. So till
Across India.
date,
Okay.
we have trained approximately 161 cities.
Okay, that's
Uh,
good.
you talk about Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Odisha, Assam, JRK, everywhere. Basically, wherever there is an EBSB happening,
Okay.
we are there.
Ah,
So
okay. And even it's only for the cadets or even for the ANOs also. Do you go for such programs for ANO training also?
yes, thank you for asking that question. Yes, we do. We basically train across all the directorates in India.
Okay.
Now, when we go and train the cadets, we reflected a few years back and said the most face time that the cadet will be spending is with the ANOs. Then,
Yes.
how about we actually go and ensure that the ANOs are aware about the kind of program that we are running? They
Okay.
themselves are going through the program from the mindset of that they will be able to amplify the effect of the training that we are giving to the cadets.
Okay.
So we I have recently come back from the training at OTA Gwalior.
Oh, that's
We
good.
have trained camps at OTA
Okay.
County as well. So these trainings happen frequently and very proud to say as an organization we have been frequently visiting like every camp that's happening at OTA Gwalior right now. We are part of it.
Okay, then it must be like it will be a good experience, like for the even for the ANOs. So in Gwalior as well as in Kempty. So when they are sitting in that row, when they were there as a cadet, I can say, because they are not at that time when you are organizing this program, and they must be feeling like they are the cadet and they are actually learning or something. Experiential sharing is there.
You
Yes.
won't believe. So as Achaya said, every camp I take
Yeah.
back something from them, right?
Yeah.
Any trainers,
Yeah.
they have fun. It's because
Okay.
as cadet program is more about experiential education,
Yes.
they are not sitting at one place throughout those 2 days. So
Okay.
every single time they get the experience of, oh, so as a cadet I have done that, or my cadets will be doing this, but right now I'm getting an opportunity to do it. So I'm on the ground, or I am doing something with these topics that are there. So they are very excited. They're also coming from the lens of, because as Leena mentioned, some of these modules are also associated with SSB. So some of the topics are around self-awareness.
Okay.
And after a very long time, these ANOs are spending time around thinking about themselves and their own careers, their own opportunities. So they feel very well connected to it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaya.
Yes, Ajay. Yeah.
I think one big support system for us is the ANOs, because when you go back onto the field and train, they are aware what is going to happen over the 2 days. They're aware, they're supportive, they bring in that whole dimension of, motivating the cadets, bringing that excitement in to say, hey, हम भी किए हैं, आप भी जाके देखो क्या कर सकते हैं. So it's I think we're very thankful, first of all, to the NCC, right? DG NCC, his whole staff, team, all the directorates, ADDs, everyone, happy deputy DGs, ADDs, have been extremely, extremely supportive and helpful. And when we come and go to the OTAs and the support we get on the ground, I think it's phenomenal. So yeah.
I think Ajay, you're right, because see, once the cadet have done the program, whether it is any camp or any of the activities or programs, they have to go back to the schools and colleges and they have to be associated with the ANOs. So if we are actually passing on the messages like proper way, how they can actually make the change, how we can actually make the change in their life, that sounds better. And if you are taking up the sessions like 2 days program and they're actually learning something, sure, I'm pretty sure that they will be carrying it, and some way or the other, when they are in the classrooms, they will be using those things. Very sure. So, Leena, I just wanted to know that कभी ऐसा होता है कि वहां पे जब आप ये प्रोग्राम कर रहे होते हो, फनी मोमेंट होता है या कुछ ऐसा कोई इंसिडेंट होता है जो आपको लगता है यार इसने मेरे को बचपन की फिर से याद दिला दी, कैडेट में थी, इसने वो ही बात याद दिला दी। कुछ ऐसा मोमेंट किसी को भी याद हो अगर? या
Hamisha, I can't think of one particular moment, but like we all mentioned that, every time you go there, you get to learn something. Every time
yes,
you go there, you are reminded of the beautiful NCC days which you have spent.
yes,
You're reminded of, just जैसे we read a lot of quotes on the internet saying that be like a kid, be carefree and everything. So every time I go to any camp, I think I just feel so rejuvenated and ready for the
yeah.
world. So
And
I
what
can't
about
think
you?
of one specific moment for now. Sorry.
Okay. And what about you, Achaya? Tell me, what made you join as a trainer? What was that behind the story scene? What made you join as a trainer?
My story is not very exciting. I
Okay.
went to have some fun at one of the cadet gatherings, right? The EXPA
Okay.
had a gathering,
Okay.
and they said, "Hey, you're an ex-NCC cadet." I'd met some of the people from my one air alumni, and I went to have a great time. But it was just fascinating to see the passion. It was fascinating to see the conversations that we're having. Fascinating to see how they're just trying to push the bar of trying to improve. And I said, "Hey, this sounds very interesting. Sounds very different. It's not like hey." And it was never about, oh, we did this. It was about, hey, the NCC did so much. What can we do? So
Okay.
it was refreshing. And I said,
Mhm.
this sounds interesting. Let's go. And I remember all three of us were part of the same C-top.
Okay.
And I
Wow.
tell you, the C-top was great fun. They will agree with me that I was the most well-behaved in the group. But yeah,
Oh.
but that apart, it was great learning. The C-top by itself was the great learning and awareness. And it's interesting how, irrespective of how old you get, there are some things that you just forget. When we went through the C-top, we were making the same mistakes that I would have made when I
Okay.
was probably 20, right? And you say,
Okay.
wow, we know it's there, but unless you have this experiential learning, the reinforcement does not happen. So I think those things triggered me to be part of this, 130 plus people who are all NCC alumni who give back to the NCC.
But one question comes in my mind, Ajay, that why this cadet program is available only for NCC cadets only? There must be so many students who are watching this program. They must be thinking, "Bhai, हमें क्या problem है? We also want to learn." So why is it only for NCC cadets only?
Uh, Two ways of looking at it, right? One is we're all ex-NCC cadets. It's a voluntary organization. Think about it. Where else will you get 400
Yeah.
people who are coming and sitting with you?
Yes.
It's a captive unit. It's driven by certain values. It's driven by certain principles. It's driven by certain, uh, you know, I would say value systems and rules that are there.
Okay.
We are not worried about, oh, there is going to be indiscipline. Well, how do we take care of people? Do they come with a sense of entitlement? कुछ भी नहीं है, क्योंकि वहां पे जाके आप अगर कुछ गड़बड़ हो रहा है, बैठे बैठे सावधान, बस चुपचाप, everyone is ready and you start again, right?
Okay.
That's one. But two is the NCC has been extremely supportive. There are over 13 lakh NCC cadets, and if you see SD, probably about 40% or 35% of them are SD cadets, SW cadets. And now it's going to be a lot more added as of day before the announcement that came in.
Okay. Yes, it's
saying
there. Yes.
there is so much to do with the NCC. Can we focus on the NCC, make a big... let's face the fact, in 6 years, you've done 55,000 cadets. There are lakhs of other cadets left.
Yeah, very true, very true. Yes. So at
Can we
least you
start
have,
making an impact? Can we?
yes.
So there's more focus, there's more, clarity, there's huge support from the NCC. And I think the passion that like you see on the screen, the two young ladies, when they speak
Yes.
about NCC, their eyes light up.
Yeah, very
Right? But
true.
it's years that we have done NCC, but our eyes still light up. So for us also, there's a huge nostalgic value to go back to जब हम कैंप जाते हैं हमारी पुरानी यादें वापस
ताजा हो
ताजे
जाती
हो जाते हैं. But it is all about how do you make an impact in the small steps. Can we at some stage hopefully take this to the other places? Maybe.
One thing
But
which
right
is
now we are very focused on NCC.
okay, but one thing which I have found very much unique in your cadet program is that E. The letter E is employability. So, can any one of you tell me how is it related to employability? When we are going for any program or we are organizing, so how the cadets, any one of you can give the answer who is comfortable with it, that E stands for employability. Yeah.
Clearly, there is a Pele Aap syndrome here. So, Himani, up to you.
Okay. So, employability is what we have been taught in school or any of the education system is आप कुछ तो एक चीज पढ़ो उसके बाद आप कॉलेज में जाओ और आपको नौकरी लग जाएगी.
Correct, very true.
Now that has changed a lot.
Yes.
It requires understanding oneself. It requires having that critical thinking. It requires problem-solving abilities.
Yes.
And these all things are mindsets. They cannot be taught in certain stream. It is an entirely different subject. One can call it 21st century skills as well in a common language. Now, through cadet program, each of the module focuses on this. Every module through experiential education push the thinking capacities, the problem-solving abilities at an individual level as well as collective level.
Okay.
So they are getting an experience of मैं अकेले वो चीज कैसे कर रही हूँ या कर रहा हूँ और मैं मेरे ग्रुप के साथ ये चीज कैसे कर रही हूँ कर रहा हूँ. तो ये एक चीज हुई जहाँ पे जैसे हमने एसएसबी की बात की. अगर हमने एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी को एसएसबी के साथ कनेक्ट किया, एसएसबी के इंटरव्यूज में ग्रुप डिस्कशंस होते हैं, वहाँ पे डिफरेंट टास्क होते हैं, कुछ इंडिविजुअल टास्क होते हैं, तो वो स्किल्स कहाँ से आते हैं. पब्लिक स्पीकिंग, एज लीना मेंशन्ड, आई थिंक any field, any person goes into, पहली स्टेप ही इंटरव्यू आती है. और उसके लिए पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एबिलिटीज होना, हमारे खुद के थॉट्स को कॉम्प्रिहेंड करना और प्रेजेंट करना जरूरी होता है. Through our cadet module that we have, we actually pass those skills as facilitators around. हमने ये सीखा है, how about you try it out and at least have a base to start from. Because many of these NCC cadets come from hinterlands where the access, like tier 3, tier 4 cities, access to YouTube also is limited, or access to the opportunities to have public speaking as one part of the school is not there. They are still struggling with the basic necessities. So when we talk about employability, the focus is on building these life skills and mindsets around the 21st century skills that are there. That's one part of it. And very recently, there is one module which I would like Achaya to actually talk more about that we have introduced. And that's to do with the entrepreneurship. Achaya, would you like to elaborate on that a little bit?
Oh, that sounds something different.
Yeah. Just before that, right? Before that, I think we are very realistic that in 2 days, you're not going to change the world for the cadet.
Very true. Yeah.
But in 2 days, can we leave an awareness to them? Can you give them those few aha moments? Can you give them that few directional paths? We are very clear. We don't tell them what to do. We tell them, give them perspective. We give them choices and say, hey, in life, it's about preparation of saying every instance you'll have choices to make. Every different has perspectives. Can you respect perspectives? Can you understand there are opinions? Can you understand options and then choose whether it is legal, ethical, moral decisions, whether it is to have a plan B, whether it is to have an entrepreneurial mindset, because it's not about this, I want to become an entrepreneur. It's about an entrepreneurial mindset because you got to be innovative. You got to take risks. Your ability to, handle people, ability to handle risks, ability to see what competition does, ability to see how do you bring out your USP. That's common across, whether you're a teacher, whether you're an army officer, whether you're a policeman, whether you're in the corporate. So I think we're very clear that while we want to do what best we can in 2 days, if we can change the thought process of even 5% of the cadets there and leave a thought in the rest of them, I think we feel very grateful, satisfied about it. But I think it's a long way to go, and that's why we have continued engagement. We have surveys that we send out to our cadets. We have a cadet app in which we engage with the cadets.
I was coming to this only, that I was thinking there should be some app. I think then only the students or cadets, they can come to know more about it. So now, Achaya, now you have disclosed that thing. So Nina, what is this app? Can you please help us in this? Because I'm very excited to hear about it.
Yes, we do have an app where we have news feeds, we have a few quizzes. We also have a forum where the cadet can ask questions, and we reply to it. We are also very active on our social media. And recently in the COVID, we have had a webinar series, a 15-episode webinar series. And it's on YouTube if you want to see it.
Yes. So to all our listeners and viewers, you don't worry. We will post everything in the description box where you can see each and everything in detail and goes more in detail and search for it. So right now, what all we have discussed, I just come to this conclusion that there is an EXPA, first of all. Am I right? It's an Exchange Participant Association. All NCC cadets who have mostly done YEPs and all, and they have united, and now they are in different profession and they are together. And they are working on the program which is known as a CADET program. That is comprehensive all-round development employability training program. And we're in different trainers from different parts of India. They come together and they share their whatever the module is there. Am I right, Ajay?
So while the organization is called EXPA, we as trainers, like Himani and Leena mentioned earlier, there is no pre-qualification that you have to be a youth exchange program cadet. If you are an ex-NCC cadet, if you have attended at least a camp, you're about 23, you're welcome to come join the CTOP program.
Wow, that's good.
Go through the 2-day. It's again a 2-day program, right? A CTOP, which is the trainer program, is a 2-day training program. It's an experiential learning program. You go through the whole thing. So we are very clear that this cannot be done. See, and let's face it, YP, we were. Having gone to the YP doesn't make you very different. We were fortunate to have gone. But we're very clear that the passion, that energy that comes as ex-NCC cadets to give back to NCC is the critical aspect. And that's why anyone who's an ex-NCC cadet, who's attended a camp, is welcome to come for our CTOP, go through the 2-day experiential program. Leena and Himani have told you what the criteria is or how the selection process is. And be part of this community, which keeps trying to do the best we can to help the cadets.
Okay, and you have already informed that that the expenses and funds has all been done. So it's just a voluntary effort. I think the students or the cadets, those who are in this age group, are coming nearer to this 25, 23 years of age group, must be curious to join, and each and every detail will be shared in the description box. Before we further say tata bye bye to this whole program, I just wanted to ask each one of you that what message you want to convey to the cadets or to the listeners or viewers so that they can be more associated with this program and they can pass on. It's a chain reaction. They can pass on your message to others, and we will love to see a good team working together. Yes. Any one of you can start with it. Any last message, tata bye bye message for our viewers and listeners? Yeah.
I think first of all, extremely grateful for the NCC, for the cadet program to be even having this opportunity to be able to do something with the NCC cadets. And it's, we'd love to have more people join so that, we can all put our shoulder to the wheel to make a difference. But I think any difference that we can make in our individual capacity or as a group in different ways to give back to the NCC, I think is welcome. So, I'd just like to leave a thought saying, Please come join us. It'll be great. But if each of you individually are doing things in your own capacity, full power to you. As long as the NCC benefits, as long as the youth benefit, and we can give back, full power to all of you.
Wow, great, Achaya. Yes, Himani?
Yeah. When you said one thought, I was like, no, I have multiple things.
Yeah.
Over the past 4 years that I've been associated, more than that, I've been associated with the program. There are two things that I have learned, that age is just a number, and truly it is, from the lens of the energy that this community brings in. I have seen trainers at the age of 50, 55 leading the camps, going to different camps. And just for the viewers, these camps are not always at the location where there is an easy access. We have to walk a kilometer to train one certain group and then kilometer back as well.
Oh my God.
So
okay.
At the age to keep themselves fit and do these trainings back-to-back weekend, kudos to them. So that's one. Second, respect does not come with age, because I've seen the age that's from 23 to 60 plus. So that respect is built through the actions that one does. Okay. And having said that, very selfish I am when it comes to the cadet program, because each training I go to, I discover something new about myself as a facilitator, as a trainer, and I learn so much from the NCC cadets and NCC in general as an institution. So grateful for NCC to give us this opportunity of being that cadet lifelong. Grateful for EXPA and cadet program to create such a platform to give back to NCC. So yeah, that's
thank you. And Leena?
If it's a Tata bye-bye message, again, yes, love to have you in the team. If you can, please do join us. And there's something which I really keep in mind, and a thought which I always go by is, be the change you want to see in the world. So,
correct.
Yeah.
Very true.
And keep reminding yourself that you're awesome, all of you, all the viewers.
Yes. Preeti Swami, thank you so very much. The Cadet Coffee Times, I think, fantastic initiative. We wish you the very best, and I learn and lead. What a super tagline. Wishing you the very best, and thank you for having us on this platform, Preeti Swami. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Achaya. And as rightly said by Achaya, that this is a program which is actually associated for cadets and ANOs, so that we can make the difference in their life. Thank you so much, the complete team, or you can say the whole representatives of EXPA and cadet program. And we are really thankful to you for joining us, Achaya, Himani, and Leena, for sparing your time and giving us that insight about the program. Because now I'm sure, as an ANO, I'm going to pass on this message to so many others, and my cadets, and as well as the cadets who are listening to it, will surely going to join them and be the part of it. And as we have started a series, once a cadet is always a cadet, तो जोश में शुरू हो जाओ दोस्तों, और अपने इस जज्बे को कायम रखो. It's not necessary that you have to join armed forces only. You can see the true examples are sitting in front of us who are passionate. So keep that passion lively like them in your heart, and see you soon in our programs again. So thank you everyone for joining. See you next time. Till then,